Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of This is FG. I am G, and tonight I got a surprise for you because it was actually a surprise for me as well. When I got home from work today, I got a little surprise on my doorstep that I cannot wait to share with you. Before we get into that, as always, if you like what we're doing, please hit that like button, subscribe, and as always, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are, any feedback for what we're doing, ideas of what we can try and look into next. But today, as I said, I have a surprise. I actually ordered this quite a while ago. It's actually a companion piece to this wonderful Sideshow gauntlet I have over here for us. That is the life-size Thanos Infinity Gauntlet. And today, on my steps, lo and behold, I actually got the life-size Nano-Gauntlet. Was not expecting this quite yet. I completely missed the shipment email from Sideshow, so I did not know that this was coming in. So let's go ahead and let this box open and see exactly how it looks. And I should clarify, this is actually a Hot Toys piece, just like the life-size one for the Infinity Gauntlet. I did purchase it through Sideshow because I do purchase quite a bit from them, and I enjoy their customer service as well as the selection they have. And they've actually branched out quite a bit lately. We're not just carrying just a few manufacturers. They actually have dozens of manufacturers that they're providing products for, so a little excited about that. Appears to be pretty well packed. I am a little bit disappointed that this was actually shipped in the exterior box on my doorstep, so kind of surprised by that. I was half expecting maybe like a shipper, or at least something to disguise what it is, because nothing like a nice expensive toy on your doorstep to entice someone from coming by and seeing what's there. But we're getting there. Ooh, okay, I like this, So, this one, right off the bat, has a wonderful little example of what's inside. If I remember correctly, with the Infinity Gauntlet, this was sort of like a little owner's manual of what's involved, how you can put it together, and some additional details. Take a look at that, and that's exactly what this is. And sorry, I'm taking my time on this one. I know I'm really excited to get into there. I'm sure you want to see what it looks like too, but why rush to the end? This one has nice little details here. It has some promotional material, it looks like. Oh, nice. So this is the artist rendition of what it looks like. Some of the specifications for it. Approximately 520 millimeters tall with the base. Pretty good here. Life-size collectible of the Nano-Gauntlet is faithfully reproduced from the iconic gauntlet worn by Iron Man in the final act of Avengers Endgame. Okay, nice. It does light up, which is fantastic. I'll be honest, when I originally ordered this, I didn't look too much into the details about it because I just more than anything else, I really wanted the companion piece to go with the one I had. And the one I have is absolutely massive. My son joked around when I first got it and actually carried it around. I swear to you, it is easily half his body length. I was a little nervous about him picking it up. Thankfully, he's grown since then, so it's not quite that big, but it's still massive, as you can see. I mean, my hand next to it, it's huge. This one, being that Iron Man wore it, and it's a reproduction of what he used, should be a little more reasonable on the human scale, so to speak. Get this back in here. Actually, I'll have to deal with that later, because I cannot wait anymore to see exactly how this turned out. Alright. And I'm sure, like many of you watching this, you're a fan of the Avengers movies and the MCU. I love what they did with a lot of it. I almost thought about getting some of the 6-scale ones, which Sideshow and a couple other pieces, I think Hot Toys also did some versions of, or quarter scale. But why go small when you can go big? Alrighty here, and this looks, oh wow. Okay, before I get to the actual gauntlet itself, of course we got our little stand this is going to sit on. I think that's going to look really well next to the other one. And this is something that's actually kind of different. So the stand on the Thanos Gauntlet, the stand alone is massive and weighs a ton. This one's actually extremely light. It's all plastic. Well, this is plastic. It's a little more resin-based as well to keep it upright. Looks like it does have a little power adapter for when the gauntlet sits on it. And it looks to be USB powered. Yep, USB powered. So that's not going to be too bad. We'll do that there. And then, of course, we have the gauntlet. Okay, and this one, Okay, so right off the bat, this one is much, much lighter. I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but this one appears to be pretty much all plastic compared to the Thanos Gauntlet, which is its form is resin. There's a lot more materials to it. I mean, obviously, this way is just a fraction of what that is, but this is definitely 100% plastic. But it looks nice. One thing I really did like about the Thanos Gauntlet, I mean, you can actually stick your hand in there to hold it. This one, unfortunately, is not an option for it. All you can do is slide it onto the base, but, you know, scale-wise, pretty darn accurate. I like this, and I've already lost a piece. That is wonderful. Pause with me a second while I try and find where that ever slid across the floor while I put this back onto the stand. Be right back. And we're back, and yep, these are just cheap little plastic pieces. I'm actually a little bit disappointed in that, and as you can see, I mean, literally all I was doing was holding it, and it came right out of the gauntlet. Doesn't click or sit in there at all. I mean, it just comes, they all just kind of come right out. Oh, actually, that one, okay, I guess they're supposed to be held in place by magnets, but this one, the backing, is not actually attached to it. So I'll have to do a little creative work on that to get that up and running. That's going to take another pause before I can actually display this, because I don't want to display it when it's actually falling apart. Like I said, so far this is not off to a great first impression. Check it for you in a few minutes. Okay, just want to give everyone a little update of where we stand. So I was able to actually get the back piece out and see what's going on. And as you can see, like on the other pieces for the Infinity Stones, they're supposed to click on there and stay on. This one, unfortunately, just keeps coming right off, and I've already lost it again. Short version is, at the very top of this, it looks like it's supposed to be locking in, because you can see on the bottom where there's a little bit of a indent where it sort of locks in. This one looks like it's just kind of worn off, and so as you saw, when I took it out of the box, it literally fell right out. I could probably glue it, but for a collectible item that honestly costs around $380, you'd expect it to be a little more durable than taking it out of the box. It's literally going to break it. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. I do plan on reaching out to Sideshow to see what options they are. Maybe they can work with Hot Toys to try and send me just a replacement one of these. I'd be perfectly fine with that, because I really think it's ridiculous that I have to glue a $380 collectible. But so I don't want to wait to see what this looks like, so I'm going to get it finagled together so at least I can light it up and power it on. Just bear with me a few moments, I'll get that picture for you and we'll see how this looks together. So I got everything put back together, got it plugged in, powered on. I think it doesn't actually come with a wall adapter for it, so you actually have to find an alternate source to power it on. And unfortunately, when you think any USB adapter would work, mine's not actually turning on. So I'll have to do a little more digging into it. Bear with me, and by the end of this video, we will see the Hot Toys Nano-Gauntlet lit up. One way or another. I have to take a flashlight to it to power this on and light it up. I will do it. But just bear with me a little bit longer. We'll get this going and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so here's the good news. After a little more twiddling around with it, I was actually able to get it going for us. So there is a switch in it, and I'll show you a little bit closer on how the switch works. And mine apparently was loose. I had to do some tweaking for it to actually choose the indicator selector. There is just like the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet, there is a switch that lets you turn the Infinity Stone glow on all the time, or you can change it to a pulsing feature. Mine just wasn't wanting to select either or. I got the switch working properly, and now, lo and behold, we have Iron Man's Nano-Gauntlet. I'm going to turn the lights off here so you can get a nice little look at the glow. I do have it set to the pulsing one because it was a little bit of a headache to get it working. I don't want to keep messing with it, but I do plan on talking to Sideshow with it. And actually, before I get those lights off, let me show you how that little panel works. So the nice thing is, I was right, any USB adapter power should work. I'm actually powering this one off the PlayStation because it did have a nice little display for it. But this little front panel here comes right off, and there's an indicator switch right here where you can turn it on or off, off, or to pulsating. So it just slides on and off pretty easy. Nice little way to hide it, but one concern is that because this is all plastic, I'm very nervous about breaking that by taking it on and off as well. I mean, you'd think with these being magnetic Infinity Stones here that pop in and out, they would do the same with this with just a couple magnets and it can stop on. Instead, it is nothing more than a couple plastic clips that sort of slide in there. So, not quite sure the design feature on that. I mean, you'd think it'd be fairly cheap. And actually, I do stand back, there is two magnets on here, so I'm guessing the plastic holds it lined up and maybe the magnets actually hold it in place. So I stand corrected. So there we go. Give me 1 second to get those lights and we'll see how this looks. And there you are, the Infinity Gauntlet lit up and glowing. It looks pretty good. I gotta say I do like the effect. You can see the Soul Stone and everything else just sort of flickering away. Adds a nice little realism touch to it. I do enjoy this. And that's all I have, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight as we went over the life-size Nano-Gauntlet by Sideshow and more specifically Hot Toys. I do like the piece overall. I do have a couple design issues with it. You know, primarily one, it broke right out of the box, and two, the flimsiness of it compared to the actual Thanos Infinity Gauntlet. It is a lot more fragile. It doesn't have that heft to it that I really expected. Even a lot of other 6-scale toys I get from 6-scale pieces, I should say, that I get from Hot Toys, they have some weight and some girth to them. This one just honestly seems like a light piece of plastic. I'm very hesitant to recommend it for $380. I do know it's still available on the Sideshow website. If you absolutely have to have some more Marvel Cinematic Universe and you enjoyed the Avengers Endgame storyline, maybe it's worth picking up. But if you're just an avid collector, just a nice quality piece, I'm not sure if I can recommend it. But otherwise, that's all I had. Have yourself a wonderful night.